the Astoria Comets, the Toronto Vikings, and the White Wildcats. Hey, yeah, look at that. Well, Bill Vincent, we have been to Deubrook several times. We have been to White. You've driven through it. I've driven through it. I've golfed on this golf course hundreds of times. They have a brand new cell tower as of the last 6 months. That's maybe a couple of miles outside of town. If you came up the interstate way and drove in from the interstate, you saw a tower out there. If you were paying attention, I guess. Maybe you didn't see it. I'm telling you this, man. I was crabbing about the internet because it is internet hell up here in White. We're live, man, on a scoreboard that accepted the internet. The iPad is rolling. We've got internet on our phones. What is happening? What is going on today?
Very good, Salzy, to be live. It's very good to be coming off of a Cossack football W last night, a night in which they racked up 52 points.
Yeah, big win for those boys, and they absolutely needed it. It gets them to an even 3-3 on the season. Flandreau Flyers gave them everything they could handle in the first half, but I think we just wore them out. Plus, I think we changed how we're running the ball, which also helps. Maybe not running it with different guys, but just running in a different fashion. A little bit more precise, a little bit more powerful, a little bit more this. And it worked, man. 52 points, a nice kickoff return by Braden Danzizen last night. It was Hunter Steinhaus with an interception return for a score last night. You put two scores on the defensive side or special team side of the ball, you can win a lot of games like that. And it was just fun to see that team get back on track. And now they have to continue to do that. Senior night coming up, in 6 days. The next Friday that we have, the Beersford Watchdogs coming to town. Senior night for this squad already. We're at the middle of October coming up here, Bill.
Yeah, it's going fast, and the golf team is feeling that same energy as to how fast things are going. They're leaving for state, going to go down there and practice a couple rounds and then compete on Saturday. That is Damon Eaker, McCade Nelson, Nate Larson, Trenton Schmidt, Landon Hansen. Their coaches, Jordan Hilbert and Sherry Holderby, the head coach of that squad, advanced by placing second. The top three, is that what they told you in your coaches show? The top three teams advanced to the state meet, and they were the runner-up.
Out of the region, yeah. There was two of them that got plaques for it, and then there was one that was just third place, and they get to go.
Yeah, they were excited to have hardware.
Yeah, and it's a big deal, man. Yep. Look, you go through a season. I don't care what season is. If you get to the end of it and you get some sort of regional tournament at the end of it and you come away with that regional tournament hardware that lets you advance to the next level, yeah, that's a big deal. I don't care if that plaque that they had at that coach's show said runner-up or not. That was their ticket to go to the next level, man.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Damon Eaker led the way for the Cossacks, finished third, shooting a 78. Trenton Schmidt came in 11th with an 88. Landon Hansen tied for 12th. He shot 89. Nate Larson was 14th with a 90. And McCade Nelson found a tree or two.
He did.
He's off to state anyhow, finished 26th. That tournament being in Vermilion.
Yeah, the Bluffs down there. A fantastic golf course. It is tough, but it's not as closed up. You're not much of a golfer. You don't enjoy it. I do. Madison has trees all over it. The old part of that course has old established trees everywhere. Vermilion, not the case. It's more wide open. They call it the Bluffs because I think it's somewhere in the front or somewhere in the back. You travel down into the actual river basin down there, the floodplain of the Missouri River. Play a few holes down there, and then you come back up, and then you finish up. So that's why it's the Bluffs, as they call it, but it's a fantastic course. Those boys are going to have a lot of fun down at Vermilion down there. Monday they fire up with that. Tuesday it all finishes up. Hopefully they come home and have some fun stories for us.
You know who else has fun stories is the Sioux Valley competitive cheer team, and they were out and about today. They finished fourth in Sioux Falls at the Jefferson Invite.
Okay, another AA competition for them. They're not scared of anything, man.
And their postseason, will be coming fast. Of course, they don't necessarily go through a district and a regional. They use the regular season to prep and then go to the state competition. So that's exciting as well. It's wrapping up fast.
Competition cheer, they were at Sioux Falls Jefferson today. They have two left. They're going to go to Watertown on the 9th of October, which would be Wednesday. And then the 20th of October, they have one left at Lake Preston. And then the state tournament is October 24th in Watertown. a town that we might as well get ourselves familiar with. That's where the girls' basketball state tournament is. I know our girls' basketball team, Jamie Granham, has high hopes, so do I, of advancing themselves to that Class A state tournament, and we'll hang out in Watertown for a weekend. This will be the warm-up for it.
Yes, and we are also, fingers crossed, on a couple trips to Rapid City. We got volleyball with a chance to make it out there, boys basketball with that opportunity. In the meantime, our cross-country team wants to get to Huron. Their state meet will be in Huron, and we're to our postseason part of our stuff now, so that means conferences this week.
Yeah.
That means regions next week. So on Monday, we'll be at DeSmet at the Lake Central Conference meet. On Thursday, we will host the Big East meet Thursday afternoon in Volga, so that's exciting. So on Monday, you'll see Carson Washi, Dublin Vermilion, Tyra Scholes, Levi Axtell, Jackson Hesterman, and Brett Milton as the varsity 6 for the boys' side. On the girls' side, it'll be Macy Licht, Talia Vincent, Amia Ward, Ava Gatsky, Lily Schmidt, and Amaya Ward, rounding out that postseason varsity runners for the Cossacks.
Before we give you a lead-in for our Sioux Valley girls volleyball team tonight, they are wearing pink tonight. This is our pink week, I think. We're going to wear this at home as well. But our Cossacks in pink tonight, which is kind of a cool thing. A lot of teams do that, and this is our turn to do it. We do have to thank a sponsor, though, our exclusive presenter for everything we do here on Saul's Media, leading us into the pregame for the volleyball match tonight against the Deubrook Dolphins. Brought to us by Bankstar Financial with locations in Volga, Brookings, and Elkton. Bankstar provides big-time business with a small-town feel. Looking to finance a home? Need a car loan? How's your retirement plan looking? Stop in today to chat with the local professionals. Bank on the bright side. Bankstar Financial, a proud sponsor of Sioux Valley Athletics and the Saul's Media broadcasts. Our volleyball team had a tough Saturday last week ago down at Tri-Valley. We were out in the middle of all the soybean fields out there. The Mustangs kind of put it to us. That was, the night after a tough homecoming loss by a football team. But we bounce back Thursday, get a big win over the Flandria Flyers, and now, today, a familiar foe. We've seen these Deubrook Dolphins before. Last year, they came to the Cossack Center, I think, and beat us in 5 sets, if I remember right. But today, 2 different squads. We'll see what happens out here, but a familiar foe with the Deubrook Dolphins.
Yeah, they're familiar because they're an area team, so the 2 teams meet, but they're not common in conferences. They're not common in classification. So Deubrook's a Dakota Valley Conference team. They come into tonight at 9-13. They're out of Region 2B. On Tuesday, they'll be at Millbank. They're coming off of big wins over Great Plains Lutheran and ORR. Sioux Valley's out of the Lake Central and Big East Conference, coming into tonight at 11-5, Region 2A. And they'll host Hamlin on Tuesday night. So they do meet, and we meet in basketball as well. Yeah. So it has that conference or region feel. Deubrook's one of those teams that sometimes is Class B, sometimes classified as Class A. And we do got a little information on that Dig Pink that you were talking about. There's a link out there, and I'll get it to you as well, and,
okay.
We'll get that passed along the best we can. It says here, use this link to order Dig Pink shirts before October 9th. All right, and the official Pink Night volleyball match will be honored on October 21st. Please wear pink to the match, where they'll honor those who have battled breast cancer or have family members who have battled cancer of any kind.
Okay, well, there you go. There's our cause. Make sure you find the link. That'll be on Facebook, I would imagine. We might put something on Twitter as well. If you want to find it on Facebook, most likely go to the Sioux Valley Volleyball page. I would imagine it would be there. Otherwise, just go to the school district page at the same time. Probably all the information. And if you want to, just talk to a team member, talk to a coach. Someone can help you out. If you want some of the pink merchandise, then someone will help you. Don't be afraid to reach out. I'm going into the region standings for our Sioux Valley Cossacks. Okay, Bill? Region 2A is where our home is as far as our postseason play. It's the Clark Willow Lake Cyclones, still undefeated on their volleyball season, 17-0 on their year. We were impressed by their front line, by their freshmen, 17-0 so far through their regular season. Coming in at 2 in Region 2A, the Hamlin Chargers, 12-4. You said that that's our opponent for Tuesday night. They come to the Cossack Center.
They do.
So we'll see the Chargers. And I'll just mention this again. We mentioned in the broadcast last night at the football game, we're getting very close to our 1-year anniversary of Saul's Media. Ironically,
Tuesday, right?
It was the Hamlin Chargers That was the start of everything we did. We went up to Hamlin, the education center up there. We were up in a corner, which is not the best look. We've learned some things. We've taught ourselves some stuff. And it's the Hamlin Chargers on Tuesday. And now a big matchup in Region 2A as it's 12-4 Hamlin, 11-5 Sioux Valley. Sioux Valley, if they can pull off a win today, will be 12-5 as they roll into that Tuesday night affair. So that's what's on stake as far as what Sioux Valley's trying to do today.
Yeah, how far have we come, Salzy? That day you were up there, you had your phone only, right? I don't know if we had handheld mics. I'm not quite sure how we did the mic part of it. And now we're here and we're a little worried about maybe that a scoreboard or something's not going to work just perfect or things like that, because we got this great, big, awesome setup now that you've poured your time into with the outstanding iPad and setup that you now have.
It's a lot of fun, man. Following these Cossacks around has been an absolute joy. We've done it like this for a year. I did it on the radio the year before that, and there were several moments where I just had a camera on the sidelines, man, following around your squads, the volleyball teams, the football teams, the basketball squads. It's been a lot of fun being a Cossack crazy, and 1 year into this, I don't know. We are getting better, right? The setup is easier. I can get in and out of my two bags a lot quicker now. We know what we're doing. We've taught ourselves so many lessons, and today, this was some prep work that I did on Thursday as I sent a text to the athletic director. That's Brad DeBeer, one of our good friends, and just begged him for internet. And he was able to get me a password to their Wi-Fi. We're set up, man. I got 3 bars on my iPad. I can't tell you any time in anything that I've ever been doing something in this gym that's ever had 3 bars of internet on it. Here we are today, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. To finish off Region 2A, that was 1, 2, 3 with Clarkwood Lake, Hamlin, and Sioux Valley. The 4 spot, Elkton Lake Benton, they're 6-11 on their season. Great Plains Lutheran comes in at 5, they're 10-10. And then it's Florence, Henry, and Dual that have a 5-12 record and a 3-13 record at the bottom of 2A. So this is a big match today against the Deubrook Dolphins. As far as their record, what did you say their record was?
Yeah, the Deubrook Dolphins come into tonight's matchup at 9-13.
9-13 on their year. Sioux Valley 11-5 on their season so far. Try to get win number 12, and then see what you can do Tuesday night as the Hamlin Chargers come to town.
Correct. You're going to see for this Deubrook area Dolphin team a new head coach. Haley London took over for Rochelle DeBeer and was in her first year of coaching. And her lineup is a good-looking lineup at some height, some quickness, a little bit of everything in this lineup. It starts with number 1, Brindley Hansen, the middle hitter, a 5'8 senior. Number 2, Kylie Johnson, a junior at 5'7. Number 3, McKenna Eckern will be the setter, a junior at 5'5. Their libero is Neely Gusted. She wears number 6. She's also a senior at 5'5. And they have a big, tall, lanky lefty that 6-footer, right side, a junior, Chloe Haynes. She wears number 8. Number 12, Madeline Schulte, is a 5'6 junior defensive specialist. And Maddie Ramlow, number 13, a sophomore at 5'9, is a middle.
Seems like they always have a tall, lengthy girl up here at Deubrook. This might be the first time that tall, lengthy girl's been a lefty. That'll be new tonight. Be fun to see that. It looks like we only have about a minute left, so that starting lineup by the Deubrook Dolphins, that is brought to us by CC's Bar and Grill, sponsor of our starting lineups. We'll go through the Sioux Valley starting lineup. Once we come back off of the PA announcer on the floor, we'll do a Star Spangled Banner in the building and then get you the second half of the Sioux Valley side of things in their pink jerseys tonight. Should be a lot of fun. And I guess we can say tonight. It was a 6:30 start for the varsity squad. It is tonight, right? Yeah, we're doing just fine with that.
6:30 and it's 6:28 officially.
So we're going to start right here on time, a little bit earlier than the regular season affair. We are going to have a color guard here tonight. Part of the fun up here in white at Deubrook High School as we take on the Dolphins in just a fun matchup. Nothing region-wise, nothing state-wise. I mean, there's probably some playoff points that come out of this as well. But the big one is looking for win number 12 on the season as we get ready for the Hamlin Chargers on Tuesday night at the Cossack Center. We're going to hand this down to the PA announcer. Should be a lot of fun in here. I think that's Brad DeBeer that's going to be on a microphone. So
it will be. He's
always has the entertainment.
Tonight. Line judging. And
he has the entertainment voice as well. We're going to hand it down to him. We'll be back on here after the starting lineups on the floor after the Star Spangled Banner. Don't go anywhere, Cossack Crazies. Sioux Valley Volleyball coming up next.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Deubrook Area Schools for tonight's non-conference First, we have a couple birthdays tomorrow. Happy early birthday to Blake Hansen, and a happy birthday to Grandpa Chuck Engelstead. Deubrook Area Schools is a member of the Premier Conference in South Dakota, the Dakota Valley Conference, along with the South Dakota High School Activities Association, welcomes you to tonight's contest. We value community over competition, respect for everyone, and people over the game. We come together to support each other and cheer for our team's success, not our opponent's failure. We pride ourselves in the respect we show one another, the teamwork within our schools, and the leadership in our communities. The games we play are about opportunity and our chance to be leaders. We ask that you respect the values of the DVC and enjoy the match in a positive manner. At this time, we ask that you please stand, pay proper respect to the American flag by placing your right hand over your heart. Gentlemen, please remove your caps or hats as the anthem is sung. And now, the Department of South Dakota American Legion Hagen's Justin Olson, post 88 of White Toronto Color Guard Squad, presents our colors. We ask that you please remain at attention until the colors have been retired. We honor America tonight as Deubrook sophomore Elise Hopfinger sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see how the dawn's early light was so proudly weaving at the twilight's gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red the bombs were singing out, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, send us that star-spangled banner, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. Thank you, Elise Hopfinger. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Cossacks. A defensive specialist, the 5'4" senior, number 1, Caitlin Russell. A center, 5'5" senior, number 5, David Irish. An outside hitter, a 5'8" freshman, number 7, Macy Licht. At middle hitter, a 6' junior, number 8, Abigail Teagan. At middle hitter, a 5'9" junior, number 9, Emma Gorbeck. And outside hitter, a 5'8" senior, number 11, Lacey Langland. And the libero, a 5'5" senior, number 21, Talia Vincent. Assistant coaches, Alicia Vanderwall and Taylor Sonnenberg. Head coach, Jill Vincent. And now the starting lineups for your Deubrook Dolphins. At middle hitter, a 5'8" senior, number 1, Ridley Hansen. And outside hitter, a 5'7" junior, number 2, Kylie Johnson. At center, a 5'5" junior, number 3, McKenna Ecker. And right side hitter, a 6'1" junior, number 8, Chloe Haynes. And defensive specialist, a 5'6" junior, number 12, Maddie Schulte. And middle hitter, a 5'9" sophomore, number 13, Maddie Revelo. And then libero, a 5'5" senior, number 6, Neely Gusted. Assistant coaches, Ashley Leeson and D'Artagnan Lehman. Head coach, Haley London. Your officials for tonight's contest, Wendy Krause and Brian Reed.
All right, Bill Vincent. Thank you, Brad DeBeer, our PA announcer for this evening's affair, and doing a nice job there. A nice rendition of the Star Spangled Banner as well. That was a student here at Deubrook area. We're about ready to fire up here, man. Bell Brands, our sponsor of the first serve in each set. Bell Brands, makers of the Mini Baby Bells, the snack cheese of champions. We still have a Sioux Valley Cossack lineup to go through. Do you want to do that, or you want me to run through that?
I just think it was loud and clear, so I think we're in a
We were
good
loud and
spot.
clear,
Yeah, I
right?
think we were loud and clear and got it from Brad DeBeer down there, so we're ready to play.
Starting
I think
lineups.
he'll now hop out there and help line judge with Rochelle DeBeer. So he might do everything. Maybe he drives the bus even to the road games.
He
but,
might drive a bus from time to time. Yep.
He should be able to do what he wants to here. This is Leroy DeBeer Court, so a court named in honor of his dad.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
First serve tonight is going to belong to the Sioux Valley Cossacks. That is going to be Caitlin Russell on serve number 1, and we're underway. Big matchup here in Deubrook tonight. Deubrook will attack from the left side. Caitlin Russell with a nice dig there. That is going to be Macy Lick, sorry. Trying to score on that. That is going to be in the net.
Things will be called tight here tonight.
Sioux Valley, it looks like. Okay.
And number 9, you're going to see a lot of number 8, Chloe Haynes, the lefty, the 6-footer in the middle of this Deubrook lineup.
So a tough call there. Sioux Valley in the net. Garish is going to set up for Emma Gorvin, and that's going to go in the net as well. A hitting error, and it's a early 2-0 lead for the Deubrook Dolphins.
Deubrook's been very hot as of late.
That serve too long, and that'll be the first point for Sioux Valley. They will do some substituting as well as Elise Lemmy coming on the court, McKinley Schwab coming on, and it's Michaela Garish and Abby Dagan that'll take a quick breather. McKinley Schwab, the spark plug, heading back to the service line. Down 1. Good serve. Deubrook is going to attack from
There's the lefty.
That is the lefty. It just looks strange, but it works. That was a cross-court winner. What is her name, by the way? What is that? Number 8
That is Chloe Haynes, the
Chloe
6-foot
Haynes.
right side.
Okay. Well, it worked that time, so we'll call it good. That's a serve that is going to go wide.
So it's been all airs other than the kill from Haynes.
Serving for Sioux Valley, that is Macy Licht.
Macy Licht has 5 aces on the year, serving 940.
Good serve there. Deubrook, they'll attack from the
Lefty
right
again.
side again. That left-handed hit. Sioux Valley not having a good answer for it yet, but early here in set number 1.
4-2 or 5-2?
Haynes, after a couple of quick points there, she's going to head back to the bench, get out of the rotation. They'll save her for the front row. Tully Vincent gets a dig there. McKinley Schwab will set it up for Emma Gorvin, and we've got a lift on the set.
Called extremely tight tonight.
Okay.
With these officials.
A lift officially.
Haven't seen many of those this year.
Deubrook will be serving up 3 here. Schwab will set it up. That's Lacey Langland with a big blast in front of the defensive line in the back. So Lacey Langland with a good kill. And that makes Sioux Valley down to Emma Gorvin back on the service line. Tough set. Deubrook finds a way, and kind of in the campfire, Emma Gorvin made a dive for it. Tough set. They found a way to get that over the net and still score on it.
Yeah, Madeline Schulte will turn back in for Deubrook to serve. She's got that hip heavily wrapped up over there.
She does. And too long on her serve. Service error by the Deubrook Dolphins. Moves it back to Sioux Valley. It'll be 6-4. And Cam Eaker, serving specialist on the floor, heading to the service line. Also back in is Abby Dagan.
Sioux Valley with their 3rd and 4th substitution of the 18 that they're allowed.
Cam bringing the fastball once again. Deubrook having trouble. That's a push officially. Sienna Weiss on the attack. Just a tap. She taps it right back, but we're going to have
violation on Deubrook in the net.
In the net on the Dolphins. Okay, so Cam Eaker will head back to serve once again.
This will be good for both teams. Have a game officiated this tight, as postseason's fastly approaching.
It really is. You don't want to think that the regionals and states all that It just seems like it should be far away yet, but it's not. We're in that first week of October. There is a Salzman birthday that's right around the corner. That means also that regions are right around the corner.
Deubrook now with their third substitution, that hitting air win against Langland.
Deubrook on the serve, going to be dug out by Gorvin. Garish has got a race for it to get that. It's a push coming across by Weiss. Garish digging again. Vincent, they'll set that up for Lacey Langland. Another push to stay alive. Dolphins now will bring it from the left side off the hands of Dagan and Langland. Langland will get set up on the right side. Big blast. Knocked down by the defensive line and a missed hit by number 15. That's Peyton Schruin. And that'll give Sioux Valley one more point. Now serving down 1 here in set number 1. Talia Vincent on the service line.
Watch for Deubrook to look for a lot of dumps, setter dumps, and tips.
There is an easy pass. Garish will set it up right in the middle of the floor. Abby Dagan with a big blast. Nice kill, Abby Dagan. And that'll tie us up at 7.
Abby's 81st kill of the season.
Racking him up as a junior this year. Talia Vincent still serving. Now tied at 7 here in set number 1.
19 aces on the season for Talia.
Trying to get another one, and it will not be returned. Talia Vincent with the ace and takes the 8-7 lead as well. Cossacks' first lead of set number 1.
Deubrook working out of a 5-1. Sioux Valley out of a 6-2 tonight.
Big blast right in the middle of the floor. Is that... Oh, they call that in. Okay.
Point Deubrook. Couple more substitutions
just
for them.
Inside the sideline. I thought it was touched maybe, but no, they just called it in. Okay. So we're tied at 8. Deubrook on the serve. Gorvin gets the dig. Garish is going to set it up right in the middle of the floor. That was Abby Dagan sent right back at her. That was Haynes and number 1, Brindley Hansen. They got hands on that right at the net. Dagan, I think, was just trying to push that, and there was 2 Dolphins there to push it back at her. Vincent with a dig. Garish will set it up for Emma Gorman. Oh, Macy Lick, sorry.
That one goes out of bounds, but Deubrook doing a nice job of setting up a double block on Sioux Valley's outside.
That one blocked, but it does land out of bounds, so Sioux Valley will take that point and send Caitlin Russell back to the service line,
where she has 25 aces on the season.
Deubrook's going to set that up right side attack. Big blast handled. That is Talia Vincent that'll get it to Abby Dagan. Deubrook brings that. Attacks from left side and a miscommunication. 3 people looking at each other. No one went for it. And Deubrook is going to take a 1-point lead off of the communication error there.
Haley London, head coach Haley London, kind of using a lot of the same philosophies that Rochelle DeBeer did, at least in this particular matchup against Sioux Valley.
Emma Gorman with the blast off the back row. They handle it, but it's just going to be a free pass coming back. Vincent will dig that out. Michaela Garish will set it up for Abby Dagan. A big blast. Good dive by Haynes to keep that alive. A push to stay alive for the Dolphins. Garish will give that over to Macy Licht, and that will not be brought back. Big blast by Macy Licht, the freshman, and that'll tie us up at 10.
First kill of the evening for Macy Licht, 133 on the season.
Her freshman counterpart now on the service line. McKinley Schwab back in. That also means that Elise Lemmy is back to the front row.
Deubrook Nation starting to get into this volleyball match a little bit over there. It looks like it's cowboy night for them.
That'll be off the hands of Talia Vincent into the bleachers. So we're trading it back and forth now. Deubrook will take a 1-point lead and now have the serve. Up 1. And that'll be an ace. Russell dove for it, but it'll go straight to the scorer's table. Dolphins take a 2-point lead here in set number 1. Vincent will dig that out. Schwab's going to set it up for Emma Gorman right in the middle of the floor. A good middle hitter for the Sioux Valley Cossacks. She connects on that. Powerful blast right there. Good kill for Emma Gorman.
Gorman, who the other night got her 100th kill of the season, now at 101.
We've got a Deubrook Dolphin who had to get underneath the bleachers to go get that. We're saying that the volleyball is dirty at the same time. Macy Licht on the serve for the Cossacks. Big blast by Haynes. It was Langland and Lemmy that got hands on that right on the net. Lemmy trying to attack. Deubrook, a surprise pass.
Going to see a lot of that tonight. Some dumping by their setters.
Gorvin with a blast on the right side. That lands right in front of the defenders on the back row. Emma Gorvin's going to tie this up at 12, and it's Macy Licht on the service line for Sioux Valley. I like these pink jerseys.
Look sharp.
Back in my photography days, ELB
Yep.
would wear pink jerseys once a year, doing the same thing. Making aware of, breast cancer awareness. That was their way to celebrate and raise funds, as they sold T-shirts all the time as well. But, yeah, just a different look, once a year. Always fun. I think I've been on several Sioux Valley sidelines where they've had pink jerseys as well.
Absolutely. That was another set assist from the freshman McKinley Schwab.
Schwab's going to set that up. Emma Gorvin on a blast, handled by the back row. Deubrook will attack from the left side. Just a pre-pass, though. That was a push. Schwab sets up at least Lemmy off the hands of defenders and to the floor. That was Haynes, and number 13 out there is Maddie Ramlow, and they could not bring that back up to the floor for their teammates.
Lemmy was able to tool the block to get her first kill of the night, 76 on the year.
Sioux Valley with a 2-point lead. Deubrook struggling with that serve. That'll be Macy Licht. Schwab will set it up for Emma Gorvin to the back row, but handled. Deubrook. They'll attack from the left, and it's Langland and Gorvin that get hands on it. But I think we are beyond the antenna.
And either way, it was touched anyhow, so it could be Deubrook point.
All right. Deubrook will get that and have a couple of substitutions serving for the Cossacks. This is Nora Olson, track star in the springtime. Probably a cross-country star at the same time. You've probably seen her on.
Yep. Serve receive there by Caitlin Russell.
Deubrook, free pass. That's Russell with the dig. Schwab's going to set it up. That's Elise Lemmy with a left side attack.
Out.
Just outside that baseline. Brad DeBeer on the call.
Tied at 14.
Our PA announcer, our sideline referee, his counterpart, Rochelle DeBeer, on the other corner. Deubrook does it the same way that Sioux Valley does. It's a community effort around here.
Sioux Valley's been real good at a couple categories this year. Serve, receive comes to my mind, and serving have been two strengths for this team.
Russell's going to get that to the front row. Lacey Langland with a blast just inside the baseline. Lacey Langland, another kill on her season. Senior leader being a senior leader.
4 kills tonight already for her. We talked about that last Saturday where she just didn't really get a lot of touches. No one with maybe more than 2 or 3 kills that night last Saturday.
Emma Gorvin on the serve. Deubrook's going to bring that, and a free push there. Schwab will set it up right in the middle of the floor. Lacey Langland, another try off the libero into the bleachers. Another fine attack by Lacey Langland.
And a great set.
Deubrook will now be serving up 1. That's Emma Gorvin on the service line. Deubrook will attack from left side. Not a great attack. Gorvin got hands on it, but it goes backwards instead. Wasn't the strongest hit.
Tied again.
But it works for the Deubrook Dolphins. A couple of whistles there. I'm not sure. Okay. Tied at 16. Schwab's going to set it up right side. That's Elise Lemmy. Blocked at the net. Goes straight back over for Deubrook. Sioux Valley lives to fight another day. There's a push by Schwab, getting it back to the back row. Big blast off the hands of Lemmy. I think Gorvin got hands on it as well. So our two squads going back and forth, and then now Deubrook with a 1-point lead here in set number 1. The rule is when I have to work the next morning, we do not go 5 sets. Isn't that the rule?
There we go. Good rule.
Well, I have to work tomorrow morning.
A little
so no
bit of an
sets.
earlier start here at 6:30. That helps.
Sienna Weiss with a push. That's going to be to the top of the bleachers, so Deubrook cannot return that.
Sienna Weiss will get credit for the kill, her 49th of the year.
Tied at 17 as Cam Eaker back on the floor and Abby Dagan back in the front row.
2 more substitutions. Sioux Valley now approaching that halfway point of amount of substitutions they can use.
Cam Eaker with the fastball coming. There it is.
There it is.
Deubrook having troubles with it.
An ace for Cam.
Not come over the net on a good way, and that'll be an ace for Cam Eaker.
24 on the year. She's back there serving 875 on the year.
Come on, Cam. Let's go on a run. Now serving up 1.
Another great serve.
That's tough to handle. That goes into the Deubrook bench. 2 aces in a row for Cam Eaker.
She has the ability to do this. 25 aces now on the year. We've seen her go on many great runs just all on her own this year. At Montrose that night.
Just beyond the baseline. So the fastball just a little bit long there. But Cam does her job. She leaves the floor on another substitution. Michaela Garish back in. She gives her teammates a 1-point lead. Deubrook Libero now serving. Talia Vincent digs it out. Garish going to set up. Lacey Langland takes two steps into it and blasts that thing. Deubrook stays alive. Gorvin will dig that out. Garish will set it up. Right in the middle of the floor, Abby Dagan. Blocked, but Garish keeps it alive. Langland sends it over. And that'll be right to the campfire. That is number 2, Kylie Johnson, that saw that come at her and blasted it to the campfire.
The junior outsider at 5'7".
Deubrook will tie us up at 19. Garish sets it up. That's Abby Dagan in the middle of the floor.
Great shot
She
by Abby.
sends it to the baseline, scores on that. Deubrook is Sioux Valley is the first one to get to 20 in set number 1. That's a big point right there.
Yeah, Sioux Valley halfway through their substitutions.
Talia Vincent to the service line. Deubrook will attack from the right side. Hands on it, Dagan. And licked. Got hands on that. It'll be a free push. Deubrook's going to bring it back right in the middle of the floor this time.
Tipped.
Another tip, and it works again. That was Brindley Hansen with that tip, tying it up at 20. Sioux Valley looking for that side out, I believe, now. I'm learning new terminology for volleyball.
10 ties in this first set.
Gorvin will dig that out. Garish will set it up right in the middle of the floor. Abby Dagan.
That's coming back.
Deubrook having a tough time with it. Free pass. Weiss will dig that out. Garish will set it up right in the middle of the floor again. Abby Dagan. Defender's going to hand on that, slow it down, and it's Haynes that sends that into the net.
Awkward fall out there for Brindley Hansen. Hopefully she's okay.
Everyone up, everyone's fine, and Caitlin Russell back in for Sioux Valley. She'll head back to the service line.
She's a great person to have back there, serving 941 this year with 25 aces.
1-point lead for Sioux Valley. Deubrook's going to attack from the right side. Dug out by Russell, right to the net. Still alive, but I think a lift is going to be called.
Yeah, I think Gorvin thought that was going to go over. She could have actually touched that and helped it over, chose not to.
So we're tied at 21.
11th tie.
Licht will dig that out. Garish will set it up. Emma Gorvin, a big blast. She took
Double
2
block
steps into
set up.
that. Sioux Valley keeps it alive, but it goes over the net and out of bounds. And now Deubrook's going to take a 1-point lead, 22-21. And I believe Jill Vincent's going to call a timeout to talk about with her squad. This timeout brought to us by Nick's Hamburgers, the legendary hamburger spot in downtown Brookings. It's been back and forth so far. Entertaining, if nothing else, Bill.
11 ties here in this first set. We talked about that Deubrook would look for setter dumps, tips, and they've done a lot of that. They've also done a nice job of setting up a double block over there on the outside against Sioux Valley. Sioux Valley's done a nice job from the service line, nice job from serve-receive. They've moved the ball around with numerous different scores, but one person in particular, the stat sheet stuffer, Lacey Langland, has 5 kills already tonight.
Yeah, good to see her getting into a stat sheet and stuffing it. If we have high hopes of going into the playoffs, Lacey Langland will be a huge part of that. The more she does, the better off our squad will be. But at the moment, with those 5 kills in her back pocket, it's Sioux Valley that's down 1 here in set number 1.
Sioux Valley have one timeout remaining. Deubrook will have both their timeouts.
So thank you to Nick's Hammer, our sponsor for timeout number 1. Deubrook with the serve coming out of that timeout. Vincent with the dig. Garrett's going to set it up right side. That's Abby Dagan. Off the hands of the defenders. They slowed it down. Deubrook will push. Russell digs it out. Garish set it up right in the middle of the floor. Emma Gorman with a beautiful throw, I guess. A good swat. It's perfectly placed inside the sideline. And Sioux Valley's going to tie it up at 22.
3 kills tonight for Gorman. Sioux Valley running out of substitutions as this unwinds, and our 12th tie.
The spark plug at the service line, McKinley Schwab. That also means that Elise Lemmy is in the front row. Tied at 22. Vincent will dig that out. Schwab will set it up right in the middle of the floor. Emma Gorman got 2 steps into that, and it'll be just wide of the sideline. Tough call. Deubrook takes a 23-22 lead, and now will be serving. That is Brindley Hansen to serve. Russell digs it out. Goes right to the net. An overpass, and Deubrook takes advantage of that. And now Dolphins will have set point, and Jill Vincent wants to take one more timeout. Talk to her squad about that. This timeout going to be brought to us by our friends at Jimmy John's, the Freaky Fast Sub Shop on 6th Street in Brookings. Thank you to Aaron. Thank you to Dale. Wanted to be a part of Sioux Valley Athletics. Wanted to be a part of Saul's Media. We certainly accept that. Now we're down 2 here in set number 1 after going back and forth all set.
You got Freaky Fast Jimmy John's, and you've got Nick's Burgers. You got a couple of great choices there in Brookings on this Saturday evening. Yeah, 12 ties we've had in this first set, Salsy. And all important here for Sioux Valley to come out of the timeout, point after timeout, and see if they can extend this first set. You're on the road. They've not played well on Saturdays where they've had just one match. They played well in tournaments. We saw them in the Big East get third. We saw them win the Lake Preston tourney. So maybe it's a little bit needing to get into the flow, but getting a win under your belt on the road, getting a set would be huge.
All right, Deubrook has set point. Vincent's going to dig that out.
Overpass. Oh, saved by Russell.
Russell saves it. That'll set up at least Lemmy, and that's a hitting error. And that'll be set number 1. Deubrook takes it 25-22. We move to set number 2 here after a short timeout here on the floor.
Yeah, how did we get here? Lots of ties, 12 ties here in this first set. Sioux Valley and on Leroy DeBeer Court here at Dolphin Nation in white takes the first set 25-22 by closing out the final 3 points of that set.
That first set was brought to us by GP Auto, a fantastic car repair shop on the east side of Brookings, out by Daktronics. Oil changes, engine repair, tire replacement. Grant and friends will get you back on the road. Call and set up your car appointment today for anything that you need. Thank you, GP Auto. Proud sponsor of everything we're doing here on Saul's Media. It was back and forth until the last couple points, and that was it.
It was. Then Deubrook closed it out. Part of being at home. Sioux Valley had one that painted the line kind of just out of bounds. That went Deubrook's way, and then they were able to serve it out. Had the overpass by Talia there. Sioux Valley will just need to get into the flow. We talked about it being head coach Haley London's first season for the Deubrook Dolphins, seeing a lot of the things that she learned under head coach Rochelle DeBeer those years, and Deubrook's doing a nice job with some dumps and some setter dumps, some tips, different things to make Sioux Valley have to pick those plays up. Sioux Valley, on the other hand, longtime coach Jill Vincent in her 16th year, 295 and 174, 6 or 7 LCC championships, 6 trips to the State A tournament in the last 12 years alone for this volleyball squad. So they're used to winning along the way.
Set number 2 is going to be brought to us by Big Sioux Plumbing. Water problems at home or your business can be flooding. Neil is a big Sioux Valley supporter, especially with the wrestling program. Big Sioux Plumbing specializes in residential and commercial plumbing, new construction, remodels, and service. Thank you, Neil, for being part of Saul's Media and supporting Sioux Valley Athletics. Big Sioux Plumbing, our set 2 sponsor, as we're just kind of getting through our set break here.
We do have some official stats. Oh, I thought they came our way. They're just asking, do we want stats? Yes, we do.
Yes, we certainly do.
Send them our way. We appreciate those guys down there doing that for us.
I can roll through a little bit of our schedule. The week coming up, we're in Deubrook today. So on the 7th, that is Tuesday, correct? The Hamlin Chargers come to town. That is a home game against the Chargers. On the 14th, which would be 2 days after my 50th birthday party, by the way. The 14th is a Tuesday. That is on the road to Arlington. The 16th is a Thursday on the road to Baltic. And then on the 18th, basically 2 weeks from today, it's a tournament in Millbank starting up at 9 a.m. I don't know if I get to go to that yet or not.
We don't know
that is a whole day of vacation that I really don't have hours for.
And we don't know the details to it yet either. Last year it was a pool format. You played 3 matches within your pool, 4 teams, and then those teams all met against the seed that matched you out of the other side or the other pool, so to say. That's always a great day. Our stats, we're efforting those. They're coming our way. In the meantime, set 2, first serve is on.
First serve brought to us by Bell Brands, makers of the mini baby bells, the snack cheese of champions. It's Sioux Valley on the attack. And that'll be just long of the back line. Baseline, I guess I should call it. And Deubrook will take a 1-0 lead here in set number 2. Russell digs that out. It is Garish that runs that down. Emma Gorvin with a big blast. And that'll be touched at the net. So that's the call by Rochelle DeBeer. So we'll be tied at 1.
Yeah, that might have been a break for Sioux Valley there, but these people are all way closer to the action than you and I, Salzy. And if you're for Sioux Valley, you'll take the call. If you're from Deubrook, you want it to go the other way.
Rochelle is a longtime volleyball head coach at this school. She knows what tips like that look like.
Yeah, she's seen numerous ones of those through the years of practice.
That is in the net. Sioux Valley will take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, we have Rochelle DeBeer down here. Who do we have on the upstand the other day? Jill Christensen from Parker.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Total up the wins between those two coaches.
Big blast by Deubrook that goes into the net, however, not a block, just into the net. And Sioux Valley's going to take a 3-1 lead. One of the freshmen, McKinley Schwab, the spark plug, on the service line for Sioux Valley. Deubrook's going to attack from the
There's
left
that
side.
lefty.
Haynes with the left hand, handled by Sioux Valley this time.
Touched again?
Touched? No. We're just going to say that is wide of the sideline. That was Emma Garvin on a cross-court pass, and it just goes wide. So Deubrook will take that point.
Yeah, so that came off of the net tape and then just ricocheted out of bounds.
Deubrook on the serve. Vincent digs that out. Russell's going to send it to the front row. Elise Lemmy
Double
blocked
block
at
set
the
up
net.
there.
Schwab will push it to the back corner. Deubrook handles that. They'll attack from the left side this time.
Touched.
Russell gets hands on it right in front of Talia Vincent. They're laughing about it, though. At least they're smiling out there. They play so much better when they're smiling out
And
there.
guess what? We're tied again. So we had 12 ties in that first set, our first one here in the second set.
Tied at 3. Garvin digs that out. Schwab will set it up for Macy Lick. That's a free pass. Deubrook. Right side attack with the
Haynes,
left-hander, but it's too long. Too much power by Haynes, the big lefty.
Looked like that was going to drop in for her.
So Sioux Valley will send Macy Lick back to the service line. Now up 4-3.
Down 1-0. The lefty.
Haynes with another big blast. Sioux Valley handles that. They'll do a free pass once again, just staying alive with it.
Setter's
Macy
dump
Lick
again.
dives for that. Langland with a set assist. Emma Corbin, big blast. 2 of them, but that one's too wide. Is it touched? No, it is not. Just goes wide. Emma Garvin got another gift. It came right back to her. Just sent it wide on the cross court, so we're tied at 4. Deubrook on the serve. Garvin gets the dig. Schwab's going to set that up for Emma Garvin. She takes 2 steps.
Great
Blast
shot.
that in there. Right inside the baseline. When you give her that opportunity where she's got 2 steps where she can set herself up like that, look out. Sioux Valley takes a 5-4 lead here in set number 2. Emma Garvin just scores at the net. Now she'll serve it.
An ace for
And
Garvin.
it will not be returned. An ace for Emma Garvin. ACE ace. Isn't that the...
That's it. That's the
cheer.
Elkton Elk cheer. Is that how they rolled with it? 11
was.
aces on the year.
There was claps that came with it.
Oh, there we go. Do you have the claps down?
It did not catch on at all, no. Schwab.
Okay,
is
we're
going to
have
called for
lift
another lift.
call.
It won't be too long, and we'll see a yellow card out where Jill Vincent arguing these lift calls.
Yeah, they'll be called really tight here with this crew. Over the years, that's just been the case. Not consistent with how every other one of our matches has been called this year, though.
Deubrook serving, down 1. Schwab's going to set that up. Sienna Weiss, a great fake by Langland at the front row, and it worked. It created just enough space, and it was Sienna Weiss that was able to blast that down the sideline. Sioux Valley now with a 7-5 lead here in set number 2, trying to tie things up in the match. Cam Eaker, our serving specialist, bringing the fastball. Powerful. That goes all the way back to the net.
That
It's just tough to return, man.
a lift. 8-5, Sioux Valley.
So far, our iPad setup is working pretty well.
26 aces on the season for Cam Eaker.
Cam Eaker bringing the fastball once again into the net, though, that time.
Sometimes it's high risk, high reward.
It takes some pinpoint placement. She's very good at it, but once in a while, she will go into the net with that thing.
4th substitution for Sioux Valley.
Sioux Valley up 2. Deubrook on the serve. Handled by Weiss. Garish will set it up for Abby Dagan. Off the hands of defenders and to the floor. That was Maddie Ramlow trying to bring that back. But it goes right to the floor. Sioux Valley will take a 9-6 lead, maybe their biggest lead of the night. 3 points. Is that right there?
It is.
Sally Vincent on the serve.
Service
Into the
air.
net.
Something we haven't seen a lot of out of her, serving 9:45 for the season.
So Deubrook will go back to the libero. That is number 6, Neely Gusted. Sally Vincent with a free pass. Deubrook handles that, middle of the floor, not setting it up real well. It's a push. Garish digs it out. Vincent will set it up for Macy Licht. Off the hands of Deubrook and to the floor.
Macy Licht, a nice job of tooling that block and getting the point for Sioux Valley.
Sioux Valley taking advantage of not a strong attack by Deubrook that time, even though they set themselves up decent enough.
Here's Russell with 25 aces on the season.
Russell on the serve. Deubrook, a surprise pass. Gorvin sends it back at him.
Out of
That'll
bounds.
go out of bounds, and no touch by our Cossacks in the front row.
11-7, Sioux Valley. Sioux Valley's
try
down
by-
a set.
That try by Deubrook just goes wide. Russell on the serve. Deubrook now set that up from the left side. Vincent handles that. Garish will set it up middle of the floor. Emma Gorman, big blast through the libero and to the back wall. And Emma Gorman connects again
Deubrook
in the
wants
middle
to
of the
talk
floor.
about it. 5 kills for Gorvin tonight.
Deubrook's going to take a timeout here. Haley London, the new head coach, wants to talk about it with her squad. This timeout brought to us by the Man Cave Barbershop, a fantastic haircut place on South Madary, right across from Brookings High School. Alicia and friends will take care of you. Get the whole family down there, the unofficial SDSU football team haircutters. Man Cave Barbershop, a fantastic place.
Kira Cruz is in the house.
Well. We have a Sioux Valley legend. We'll just follow her.
Kira Cruz must be home for the weekend, checking out her former team, the Sioux Valley volleyball squad. Sioux Valley down 1-0 here. Deubrook took set 1, 25-22, but Sioux Valley has come out swinging, so to say, here in the second set. They're up 12-7.
So after going back and forth the entire first set, Sioux Valley's built themselves up a 5-point lead here in set number 2, trying to even this match up.
We had those 12 ties in that first set, only 2 here in the second set. It was tied at 4, and then it's been all Sioux Valley since that tie here in the second set. Here's Caitlin Russell, where she served 9:41.
Russell on the serve. And that'll be an ace coming out of that timeout. So whatever that conversation was, it did not work for Deubrook.
26 aces on the season for Caitlin Russell.
Sioux Valley with the ace now, taking a commanding 6-point lead here. I shouldn't say commanding for how streaky this sport can be. I might have just jinxed it right there. 13-8 now. Deubrook will get the serve, and they will send Haynes to the front row, and that is McKenna Eckern, junior setter, going back to the service line for the Dolphins. Vincent will dig that out. Garish is going to set it up right side. That's Abby Dagan. Big blast over the hands of the defenders. Dagan with a kill.
4 of them tonight. 2 more substitutions for Sioux Valley.
McKinley Schwab, the spark plug, back to the service line, and Elise Lemmy in the front row after the substitution.
Schwab serves 9:15 with 22 aces on the year.
Deubrook will set that up left side. That's Haynes, the lefty. Didn't get a lot of power behind that. Schwab saving her squad with a push. Deubrook having troubles with it. And it'll be a free pass coming back. Gorvin. Schwab will set it up for Macy Licht just inside the sideline. Haynes with a free pass. Schwab now backs that Elise Lemmy off the hands of defenders, and Deubrook can't get it back up in the air into the net. And a nice attack by Sioux Valley right there. A little bit of everybody involved with that one.
15-8. Deubrook up 1-0. Deubrook has 1 timeout remaining in this set. Sioux Valley 2.
Schwab on the serve once again. Spark plug. And it'll be an ace for McKinley Schwab. As Deubrook can't return it. Now we've doubled them up. 16-8 here in set number 2.
23 aces this season now for Schwab.
Trying to even this match at 1 set apiece.
Another ace.
Overpass, but it goes out of bounds. So an ace again for McKinley Schwab, now with a 17-8 lead, and that'll force a second timeout by Haley London, the head coach of the Deubrook Dolphins. This timeout brought to us by Shorty's Hot Box Food Truck. Kim and friends can set you up at festivals and fairs, but they are also on call for whatever whatever your needs are. Maybe there's a family reunion, something. You need a food truck, get a hold of Kim. Amazing customer service. It's great food that serves super fast. Thank you for being a part of Saul's Media.
Do we need a food truck for your 50th? We're
Yes.
rolling a food truck, have it sitting out in the parking lot. Those first set stats came to us. Leading us in digs is Russell with 4. Macy Licht had 3 digs. Kills, Sioux Valley was led by Langland in that first set with 4. Gorvin had 3. Licht 2. Dagan 2. Weiss 2. So Sioux Valley's moved those around quite a bit. 21 digs, 14 kills. On the Deubrook side, led in kills by Johnson with 5, and led in digs with Gusted with 6.
When we get in between the sets, I'll tell you the bad part about my birthday weekend that's coming up next weekend. Schwab on the serve, Deubrook bringing it back. Big blast. Schwab dives for it, keeps it alive. Emma Gorman will send it over.
Does that mean the food truck's not available, Salzy?
We'll wait till in between
Off
sets.
the block.
That is off the hands of Lemmy and out of bounds. Deubrook's going to connect on that. They get 17-9 here in set number 2.
Set 2's been all Sioux Valley. It needs to be. They're down a set tonight.
Kylie Johnson on the serve for Deubrook. Gorvin digs it out. Schwab's going to set it up. Macy Licht with a touch. Brought back by Deubrook. They attack from the left side. Macy Licht overpass. Gorvin got hands on it and connects. She wins the joust at the net with Brinley Hansen. Gorvin just got to it quicker. Sent that down to the floor on the Deubrook side. Macy Licht on the serve. Doubled up once again. 18-9, our lead for Sioux Valley. Emma Gorvin on the attack.
Another
Big blast
great swing.
just inside the sideline. A cross-court winner for Emma Gorvin.
Gorvin and Langland both having big nights in the kills category.
Gorvin showing off her power. Macy Licht on the serve. Deubrook will attack with the lefty. Handled by Sioux Valley. Schwab will set it up. That's Elise Lemmy with the push. Deubrook handles that. They'll attack once again from the left side this time. Into the net.
Touches.
Is that
Yep.
4 touches? It is. It went into the net rather than being blocked.
And Deubrook has to just roll with it now, out of timeouts.
Sioux Valley, the first team to get to 20 here in set number 2. Big lead trying to even this match.
There's a violation
Will
on
be
Deubrook.
in the net by Deubrook, and that'll bring it 21-9. A nice lead for Sioux Valley trying to close out set number 2. Macy Licht to serve. Deubrook having problems with that. Free pass coming. Russell. Schwab's going to set out middle of the floor. That's Langland with a push. Deubrook handles that. The big lefty. Blocked by Langland. Great set by Russell to Schwab. Elise Lemmy.
Violation Deubrook.
And we've got Deubrook in the net once again. That was a fantastic setup right there. Russell from the back row got it to Schwab right at the net.
That's
Able to
pretty
get that
volleyball.
into Lemmy's hands.
Whenever Sioux Valley can be in system of play, they're pretty tough.
That was fantastic right there. Free pass. Schwab will set it up. Right side, that's Emma Gorvin. Takes 2 steps into that. Handled by the libero. Schwab dives for that. Licht will get it to Emma Gorvin on the right side. Big attack. Deubrook handles that. They'll attack their own right in the middle of the floor. But a free pass. Schwab to Lemmy. Off the hands of the front row and to the floor. Sioux Valley takes advantage of just a free push right there by Deubrook. It takes a 23-9 lead here. Macy Licht still on the serve. And that'll be
Service
just
there.
wide of the sideline stripe.
She's done outstanding back there serving. That kind of happened by accident at the Lake Preston tourney when we were out of substitutions. And now she's kind of inserted into that lineup to do a little bit of that, just saving some substitutions as Sioux Valley has 18 to work with.
Gorvin gets hands on that. Schwab keeps it alive. Gorvin with a blast. Deubrook handles that. They'll attack from the left side.
Great
Big
shot.
blast. That is Carly Engelstad. A nice outside attack. Sioux Valley can't bring them all back. That was a great blast right there. Sioux Valley have Brinley Hansen on their service line now. Elise Lemmy gets hands on that. Schwab's going to set it up for.
We're going to have a
Emma
violation,
Gorvin.
a
Another
lift
lift.
call.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Sioux Valley will know to just play through that.
Yeah, it's a big lead here in set
Yep.
number 2. 23-12 still. Gorvin gets
There's an
hands
ace.
on that, but it goes right into the bench. An ace by the Deubrook Dolphins.
And Sioux Valley knows officials' tendencies and stuff, so it's something that they've talked about and coached themselves up on coming into the match.
Still a 10-point spread here in set number 2. Schwab will set that up. Emma Garvin off the hands of the defenders. Haynes keeps it alive. Free pass coming back. Vincent. That's Schwab right in the front row. She'll set up Lacey Langland. A great set. And that'll be
set point
nice
coming up.
Attack. A nice kill by Lacey Langland. That brings set point for the Sioux Valley Cossacks.
Not a ton of Cossacks here, but they want one more point. They got the one finger in the air down there.
Emma Garvin on the serve. Set point here in set number 2.
Service there.
Wide of the sideline stripe. So for Sioux Valley, this will be set point number 2. But Deubrook serving it. Haynes comes off. This is Nora Olson, sophomore for the Dolphins. Track star in the springtime. And you've probably seen her on a cross-country track or two. Schwab's going to set it up. That is Sienna Weiss. Too long on that. Deubrook not ready to give up this set yet. Still a 9-point spread. This will be set point number 3 for Sioux Valley. Olsen on the serve. Garvin digs it out. Schwab's going to set up right side. Elise Lemmy, big blast. Too strong. And Sioux Valley not closing it out yet.
Yeah, this is big for Deubrook. Even if you don't crawl all the way back into it, which you probably won't, you get momentum heading into that next set.
Set point number 4 for Sioux Valley. Garvin. Schwab right at the front of the net. Langland, a big blast. Blocked. That is Peyton Struan. And I believe Maddie Ramlow, and Sioux Valley just wants to talk about it. Jill Vincent, the head coach, has seen enough of that, trying to break the string there. It's 24-17, a set point number 5 coming up for Sioux Valley. This timeout brought to us by Subway of Volga, our new sponsor, setting up the football team with the Player of the Game sponsorship. Those
Subway
players
is
of the games for football is going to get a free 6-inch sandwich. Last night it was Mitchell Guthmiller with his 4-touchdown performance.
His everything night.
Thank you, Subway of Volga, for being a part of this. Langland Trucking, also a part of getting Subway of Volga involved with Saul's Media Broadcasts. A lot of fun.
So in the first set, we were tied 12 times, and then Deubrook scored the last 3 points of the set, won 25-22. We were tied early twice, then it's been all Sioux Valley. At one point, building the lead all the way to 24-11, and now they're just trying to still find that last point to finish this out and tie up the sets tonight.
Set point number 5 coming out of that Sioux Valley timeout. Nora Olson on the serve for Deubrook. Vincent with the dig. Schwab will set it up. Lacey Langland. It goes above her hands, and Sienna Weiss was there to hit it. Vincent takes it out. Langland's going to get a dig. Free pass. That's Elise Lemmy. Deubrook from the left side. Vincent takes it out. Great job there. Schwab will get it to the front row. Sienna Weiss with a push. Deubrook handles that, but a free pass coming back. Garvin. That Schwab will set it up for Sienna Weiss once again. Couldn't get a lot of power behind that. Deubrook will attack from the right side. Blocked. Langland got 2 blocks right there, and that's going to do it for set number 2. Langland got 2 blocks to close that out.
Sioux Valley takes set 2, 25-17. It was tied twice early, once at 3, once at 4. Then it was all Sioux Valley stretching the lead to 24-9, was it? 10? And then Deubrook made a little run and made Sioux Valley earn that second set. I think that was big for Deubrook. I will give them some momentum and flow heading into the third set. But good to see Sioux Valley bounce back on the road and tie this at a set apiece.
Some other scores before I tell you what stinks about my birthday this coming weekend. Saturday action Class A. We're tied at 1 right here in Deubrook. It is Wagner, the Red Raiders, all over Tri-Valley tonight, or today, I guess I should say. Wagner winning in 3 straight sets, 21, 22, and 23. So it did go back and forth there, but it's Wagner that wins in 3. Mobridge Pollock, our friends from the Constellation Championship in basketball, Class A, and Spearfish last year, they lose 3-0 to the Winter Warriors. O'Gorman, number 3 in AA volleyball, taking on Sioux Falls Christian, number 3 in single A volleyball. And the O'Gorman Knights sweep the Christian Chargers today, 3-0, 17, 21, and 22. That was at O'Gorman High School.
Part of a regular season matchup.
So Sioux Falls Christian taking a loss today. Hill City down 2-1 They're down in Nebraska, it looks like. Some other scores yet to be updated. So
We do. Yeah, that'd be good. We'll go live, put DeBeer on. Did you bring the cordless mic?
I don't have a
We'll get
cordless
the line
mic for him,
judges
no.
mic'd up.
No. See, that's part of a text message that needs to come back on Thursday. He can hear me. He's just choosing not to at the moment. That's kind of the action around Class A. We'll get into more of that.
We got some stats if you want to hear them, or do you got a sponsor first?
I'll just go into this since we're in between
Oh, yeah,
sets.
we got to hear the story.
The birthday story that is going on. It's Hobo Day weekend for SDSU.
Next
So
weekend.
trying to plan a birthday event that is in the middle of Hobo Day is rough. Because, there will be a lot of people back, but not for a birthday. They're back for the Rabbits.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to be tough to try to get people together, maybe a supper, maybe a backyard barbecue or something like that. We're going to golf on Saturday afternoon. I'm bypassing the SDSU game because we're going to take advantage of 71-degree weather on a Saturday for Hobo Day and get out there and golf. The actual birthday is Sunday, which for hobos is hungover Sunday. So there won't be a lot of anything going on Sunday either. My actually 50th birthday, Sunday of Hobo Day weekend. And then I got to work Monday.
So no food truck, a golf outing instead.
I don't think I'm going to have enough people to even try to justify a food truck.
Gotcha.
How about a meal at Kraft, hoping that Kraft is going to join on board. Maybe I'll just come over to Cece's on Saturday night.
Yeah, you could.
Get done with our golfing and then enjoy, the loaded Chislic over there? Just fantastic. Man.
Yeah, or a bucket of balls.
Sioux Valley, first serve, brought to us by Bell Brands, the makers of the Mini Baby Bells, the snack cheese of champions. Deubrook has troubles with that, but they find a way to bring it back. Abby Dagan with a big blast, and Deubrook handles that. They'll attack from the left side. Big swat, handled by Vincent. Garish is going to set up Macy Licht.
Double block again.
But Vincent's there to bring it back. Abby Dagan off those defenders' hands. Big rally to start set number 3. Garish will set up Macy Licht on the left side. Vincent's there to bring it back. Garish will now set up Abby Dagan off the hands of defenders to the floor, and now
this set.
to the bleachers. Soda's a flying, but it is in the bleachers, and after a long rally, it's going to be a 1-0 lead by Sioux Valley.
You just kind of feel like energy has entered the building. Both coaches have their teams fired up, tied at a set apiece. They know the importance of this third set.
Deubrook with a nice dig there. They bring it back on a free pass. This is Gorvin. Garish. She'll set up Emma Gorvin right in the middle of the floor. Defender got hands on it. Gorvin right inside the sideline. Emma Gorvin saw that, took a swat at it. She connects on that.
9th kill of the night for Emma Gorvin.
So we've got a volleyball that went...
Gorvin leads the way. 8 coming into that, gets that one. She's at 9. Langland has 5 kills. Lemmy 4 and Dagan 4.
Volleyball went behind the bleachers once again, so we had a player going to dig that out. Referee puts the extra volleyball in play. Caitlin Russell on serve. Now 2-0 here in set number 3. Deubrook.
Whoa.
Big blast. Wow, what is that?
Out of
and
bounds.
that lands out of bounds.
Where'd that come from?
That is number 2, Kylie Johnson. Where has she been in the first 2 sets?
That was a blast.
Wow. Kylie Johnson bringing some power.
Macy Licht been busy. She leads the way and digs for this Sioux Valley squad.
Vincent will dig that out. Macy Licht, middle of the floor, into defender's hands. Gorvin sends it over. Deubrook now, they'll attack from the left side this time. Russell gets hands on that. Garish will set it up for Macy Licht. Into the net, however, a hitting error. And we'll be tied at 2 here in set number 3. Kylie Johnson, a junior outside hitter, on the serve for Deubrook. Vincent digs it out. Garish backs that. Abby Dagan handled by the back row, and a miscommunication. It just drops to the floor.
Sioux Valley take a great back jump set from Michaela Garish there. Sioux Valley will start their substitutions.
This is the spark plug. McKinley Schwab back to serve. That means at least Lemmy also into the front row. Deubrook can't handle it. That's going to be another ace for McKinley Schwab. One of the 2 freshmen that have been absolute game changers this season so far.
Schwab 3 aces tonight, 25 on the season.
Macy Licht, the other freshman, they have just been inserted into this lineup and flourishing in it.
That's going to be out of bounds.
And that'll be kind of a curveball. It looks like McKinley may have got just a tough hand on it. Kind of had a curve to it. Lands out of bounds.
4-3, 1 set apiece.
And that'll be too long. So The serving error brings it a 5-3 lead for Sioux Valley. Vincent off, and Lacey Langland back to the front row. Macy Licht on the serve. Haynes, the lefty.
Tools that block over there.
It was slowed down a little bit by Langland and Lemmy, but it just drops in front of the back row. So it'll be a 5-4 lead for Sioux Valley, and Deubrook is going to send Nora Olson back to serve it.
Yeah, Sioux Valley had the touch block over there, but the back row couldn't get there to pick it up. Deubrook not doing as many tips and dumps as they did in the opening set.
Maybe trying to get back to that. It seemed like it worked in the first set. That's going to be an ace for Nora Olson, as Sioux Valley just could not get that off the floor.
Tied once again.
Tied at 5. Nora Olson on the serve. Vincent will dig that out. Schwab's going to set it up for Langland. Big blast.
Long.
But too long past the baseline. And Deubrook will take their first lead here in set number 3, 6-5.
Yeah. Is that probably their first lead since the opening set? Might have had a short 2-1 lead there in the second set.
Possibly. Langland with a big blast. And it goes to the middle of their floor finally. A free pass. Schwab's going to set it up right in the middle of the floor again. Langland off the hands of defenders. Deubrook will bring that back and a free pass. Russell to Schwab in the front. And it's Emma Gorvin trying the cross-court winner,
nice,
but it's
just not in bounds.
Past the sideline. Put a little bit too much mustard on that one, and it goes wide.
Sioux Valley uses Schwab and Garish as those setters in their offense.
Nora Olson on the serve once again, now serving up 2. And with a service error, goes long.
It's Eckern who carries all the setting load for this Deubrook Dolphin team out of their 5-1.
Caitlin Russell take a breather. Sienna Weiss to the front row, and it's Emma Gorvin on the serve. And that will not be returned. Another ace for Emma Gorvin.
Yeah, Deubrook's going to go back and talk about their serve receive probably this week.
Emma Gorvin ties this up at 7, now on the service line once again. Deubrook can handle that. It's going to be attacked from the left side. Big blast. Gorvin gets hands on it. Schwab will set it up. That is Sienna Weiss in the hands of defenders.
4 touches.
4 touches, though, as that went into the net rather than being blocked. So Deubrook will take an 8-7 lead. And on their service line, they're going to put Madeline Schulte back there. Emma Gorvin. Schwab's going to set that up really close to the net, though. Sienna Weiss trying to reach for it. And it was also blocked by Johnson of Deubrook. And then sent out of bounds.
Set just didn't go where Schwab wanted it to go. Sienna tried to make a play out of it, but was unable to.
Schulte on the serve once again for Deubrook.
Great serve.
Gorvin with an overpass. Yeah, it was a great serve. Kind of dropped right into the middle of the Sioux Valley floor. So Deubrook now will take a 3-point lead.
Ties their biggest lead of the night, and that was the final score of set 1 at 25-22.
Lemmy on the attack on the right side. Off their defender's hands into the floor. Good attack by Elise Lemmy.
Couple more substitutions for Sioux Valley.
Serving specialist, Kim Eaker on the floor, and Abby Dagan back to the front row. Here comes the fastball. Took a little off that. Deubrook had a tough time bringing it back, though. Cam will set it up for Lacey Langland. Big blast. Deubrook handles that.
Dump.
A surprise dump, and it works. That was Kylie Johnson with a surprise dump from the 10-foot line. Yeesh.
They're good at that and use it as a game plan probably coming into the Sioux Valley game.
Now the Sendler libero. This is Gusted. Sioux Valley attacks with Abby Dagan in the middle of the net. Connects on that. A kill for Abby Dagan. What number is that for her?
She's at 5 kills this evening.
Yeah. She's been strong so far tonight. Sioux Valley now down 2, but it's Talia Vincent on the service line. Thank you to all our sponsors. You can see them blasting off in the corner there. Kayla Garish will get it to Talia Vincent. Macy Licht on the left side, but too long. Just past the baseline. And we're going to get a timeout by head coach Jill Vincent.
She wants to talk about it. She'll have 1 remaining. Deubrook will have 2 timeouts remaining here in this third set. We're tied at a set apiece. Deubrook took the first set 25-22. It was all Sioux Valley in the second set, 25-17. This one was tied numerous times early on up to 7. As of late, it's been Deubrook.
This timeout brought to us by our exclusive presenter, Bankstar Financial, a fantastic bank, man, taking care of me very well. A huge helper a couple of weeks ago for everything we're doing here on Sauls Media. So thank you, Bankstar, and being a part of these Sioux Valley Athletics and Sauls Media broadcasts.
Deubrook side of the stats through 2 sets.
Okay.
Gustad at 10 digs. Johnson leading kills with 6. Haynes has 3. Ingolstadt has 3. Troyan has 3. So they've spread things around a lot as well. They have a block from Haynes and a block from Hansen. Sioux Valley, of course, Gorvin, and she's added to that total here in this set. Langland with 5. Gorvin with 8 coming into this. Dagan with 4. She's now at 5.
Coming out of that timeout, it'll be Deubrook on the serve. This is number 3, McKenna Eckern, on the serve for the Dolphins. Up 3. Gorvin digs it out. Garish gets it in the air. Stanowitz will do a push.
Over pass.
Macy Licht with a block there, trying to score on it as well. Deubrook handles that, sends it back. Garish now. She'll set up Sienna Weiss off the hands of defenders and to the floor. Good kill by Sienna Weiss.
Great set by Michaela Garish. Here's Russell back in.
Russell back on. Sienna Weiss will take a breather. Sioux Valley serving down 2, but it's 1-1 in the match. Russell
Service
into the net.
Will be 6 substitutions deep for the Sioux Valley squad. This 3-point lead, tying Deubrook's largest lead that they've been able to build tonight in any of the sets.
Russell will dig that. Vincent will dig that out. That's Emma Gorvin with a push into the net, and we finally get the whistle there, a delayed whistle. So the referees are both looking at each other. Finally, one of them blew a whistle, and it was Emma Gorvin that got into the net. Vincent will dig it out. Garish sets it up for Macy Licht, a big blast, and just outside the baseline.
And Deubrook will have their first 5-point lead of the evening.
Yes, they will. Kylie Johnson still serving. Vincent. Garish is going to set that up. That's Abby Dagan with a big blast, and a diving defender could not get it off the floor.
6th kill tonight for Abby, 86 on the season. Here comes 2 more substitutions.
Elise Lemmy to the front row, and the spark plug, McKinley Schwab, on the service line.
8 substitutions deep.
Sioux Valley down 4 now. Could use a streak of their own here. Deubrook, free pass. Schwab will set that up. Macy Licht on the left side. That's handled by Deubrook. They'll attack from their lap. Blocked. Lemmy got hands on that. Gorman will dig that out. Schwab will set it up for Emma Gorman once again. And the cross-court winner connects. Didn't have a lot of space there, but it lands right inside the sideline.
Gorvin, the first one here tonight to reach double-digit kills.
Possibly making her the leader for a Tropical Smoothie Cafe gift certificate for a free smoothie. I'll tell you about that sponsorship here in a little bit. Another block. Emma Gorvin right there.
Gorvin's having a game.
She is. Cutting the lead to 2 now. Just hoping that our Cossacks go on a streak here in the pink jerseys.
2 blocks, 10 kills for Gorvin tonight.
The spark plug back on the service line. Good serve. Deubrook having troubles with it. That's a free pass. Take advantage of this. Russell to Schwab. That's Elise Lemmy. And right into the campfire. She was trying to get it over the hands of defenders.
Deubrook wants to talk about it.
And Deubrook does want to take a timeout. This timeout is going to be brought to us by our player of the game sponsor, Tropical Smoothie Cafe. They sponsor our girls' sports with Sioux Valley, so the girls get free smoothies for their outstanding player of the game. I got some candidates in my head, but Emma Gorvin, kind of a stat leader for us so far tonight.
They get free smoothies unless a match goes like it did last Saturday. In that case, we just pocket it and we save them for a night that we have a double performance. So that could happen at some point during the year as well. But yeah, Gorvin's got to be your leader at this stage.
At this moment, yeah. We can have no problem giving her a free smoothie for her efforts tonight. They fought back now. They were down 5, down 1 as they come out of this timeout. It was head coach Haley London of Deubrook calling this.
Point after timeout will be big. Each coach will have one timeout remaining for the final 10 points.
15-14, the lead by the Dolphins. Coming out of their timeout, it'll be Sioux Valley on the serve.
That's Schwab, who has 3 aces tonight, 25 on the season, serves 9-15 from back there.
McKinley Schwab try to tie this up for Sioux Valley. Good serve handled by Deubrook. Haynes on the attack with the big left hand, but it goes wide.
And we're tied.
Sparkplug does her job. We're tied at 15.
5-0 run by Sioux Valley.
Trying to take a lead here.
We're also tied in sets. That would have been close.
That would have been. Deubrook's going to take it from the left side. Vincent, a good dig. Schwab will set it up for Macy Licht on the left side.
That's coming
Overpass. Gorman. That's Schwab. Set it up once again. For Gorman. Just a push, though.
Great set.
Deubrook attacks from the left side. Vincent digs that out. Schwab set it up for Macy Licht on the left side. Another just push. And it's Deubrook finally gets Haynes up there with a big swat, and she puts that right in front of the defenders in the back.
Makes Sioux Valley pay for a couple of pushes there. Opportunities to swing away just didn't happen.
Deubrook takes the 1-point lead after a 5-0 run by Sioux Valley. Russell now, that gets to Schwab in the front row, and Emma Gorman mishit it and put it right into the net. So a 2-point lead now for Deubrook.
All important third set when you're tied at a set apiece.
Russell with the dig. Schwab will set it up. Emma Gorman off the defender's hands and out of bounds. Good attack by Emma Gorman that time.
Gorman tools it off the block, gets the point. Langland will come back on. Your libero will be off.
Vincent comes off, takes a breather. That's Macy Licht on the service line for Sioux Valley. Good serve. Deubrook handles that. The big lefty. Big blast through Gorman and Schwab.
Timely point for Deubrook.
Man. Big lengthy left-hander, Haynes. Chloe Haynes, a junior right side hitter. It says 5'11" on her roster sheet.
Yeah, it's at 6'1" on the app.
I'd believe that. Vincent's going to get a dig there. Schwab will set it up. That's Emma Gorman who takes 2 steps.
We're going to have a violation again on Sioux Valley.
That's a lift call on Schwab again. She can't believe it. Several other of our Sioux Valley faithful around us can't quite believe that either. So it's a 3-point lead for Deubrook. Schwab will set it up. Lacey Langland on the big blast, and that'll go wide of the baseline. Another close one.
Back to a 4-point lead. Yeah. Deubrook's led by as much as 5 in this set. Sioux Valley battled back and tied it.
Vincent digs it out, sets it up for Langland on a push.
Another push.
Deubrook's got to dive for it. Russell digs that out. Schwab will set it up right in the left side. Elise Lemmy. Libero digs that. Deubrook will attack from the left side. Vincent another dig. Schwab with the set assist to Emma Gorman, and just a push. She had to reach for it anyway and then just pushed it to the floor, and it works. That touch pass.
Each coach still sitting on one timeout. Yeah, it seems like Sioux Valley was so aggressive to get it tied up at 15 and then just backed off, and Deubrook made them pay for it.
Sioux Valley now serving down 3.
Got to get back to swinging aggressively.
Gorman's going to get that dig. Schwab will set it up. Left side, right side, Langland, and she goes into the net with it. It's a back set to Langland, and Langland couldn't handle it. So it'll be a 4-point deficit for Deubrook. They'll send Madeline Schulte back to their service line, and we get a timeout by head coach Jill Vincent, I believe.
Yeah, she's seen enough. She needs to talk about it. She knows the importance of this third set, being on the road, tied at a set apiece.
For our Sioux Valley Cossacks, it was a big win last night for our football team. They get to do senior night next Friday as the Beersford Watchdogs come into town, and finally some football weather. It sounds like at least 70s during the day, maybe high 60s during the day.
Well, weren't you say you were going to golf in 70-degree
weather? I'm going to golf and take advantage of the 70-degree weather. It's the 89 degrees that it was today. Those days can go away. I don't need those anymore.
Yesterday it was hot under those lids for those guys. I did think Sioux Valley bounced back with fewer, what would you say, leg cramps and exhaustion types of things than the week before.
I think just preparing themselves a little bit better this week and getting some fluids in them, keeping that fluid in them. And a nice win over the Flandreau Flyers last night. The Beersford Watchdogs coming to town. Last home game, at least for the regular season. And then it's off to Elk Point Jefferson to finish the regular season. Playoffs after that. We'll see how our boys are standing once it's all said and done. Deubrook with the serve coming out of that timeout. Schwab with a surprise push. She'll get the dig coming back. Vincent will set it up. That is Elise Lemmy on the right side. Big push to the back row. Deubrook handles that. They'll attack in the middle, and that is going to be in the net on Sioux Valley. Okay. Let's see the number on who was in the net there, but that was the call. 5-point lead for Deubrook. Gorvin. Schwab's going to set it up. That's Sienna Weiss on the big blast. Deubrook handles that. They'll attack from the left side, and it's Langland with the block! Big swat by Lacey Langland. She gets the block at the net. What block number is that for her on the night?
I think that's her second block tonight.
Seems like more of those.
It does seem like more. Some of them haven't gone down for points.
Michaela Garish on the serve for Sioux Valley, and she goes into the net. That was her first serve of the night. Could be getting into that substitution number range. I'm not sure.
It could be, yeah, the blocks here. Number 2.
Okay. So Deubrook with a 23-18 lead here in set number 3. Garish is going to set that middle of the floor. Abby Dagan handled by the Dolphins. They'll attack from the left side, but into the net, a hitting error. So Sioux Valley still fighting.
It's a long ways back and tough to do. But like Deubrook did in that second set, you got to run off some points here just to get momentum heading to the fourth.
Vincent on the serve. Not handled very well by Deubrook. That's a push. Weiss to Garish. Middle of the floor. Abby Dagan with a big blast just inside the corner.
Nice.
And Sioux Valley gets to that magical 20 number.
We'll see
Still
how the
down
Deubrook
3.
coach chooses to use this final timeout she has.
Talia Vincent still serving. Down 3. We're at 1 set apiece. Deubrook handles that. They'll attack from the left side this time. Licht to the net. And it goes into the net. Garish tried to save it. But that means it is going to be set point for the Deubrook Dolphins. Big hole to climb out of for Sioux Valley now. Set point.
Especially when you've had that many violations, lift calls and different things like that. It'd be tough just not to have that.
Eckern on the serve. Set point number 1 for Deubrook. Garish. Macy Licht with a try. Deubrook handles that. They'll attack from the left side. Johnson with a push. Gorvin will set it up into the net. Licht has got to reach for it. Deubrook's struggling with it.
There's your lift
They'll
call
get a
back.
free pass. No lift. Garish to Dagan. Campfire brought her back. Haynes into the net. And that'll be 4 hits on Deubrook Dolphins. So, yeah, where's that lift call on the other side?
Yeah, Sioux Valley unable to stop the action. Sioux Valley will have to have all these serves go good, I believe, out of substitutions here. So Sienna Weiss will be back serving when we haven't seen her in that spot a lot this year.
Did just fine there. Deubrook's going to attack from the right side. Just a push, though. Garish will set up middle of the floor. Emma Gorvin handled by Deubrook. Johnson with a big blast once again off the hands of Gorvin and to the floor. And that's going to do it for the set, right? Why aren't we?
They're going to talk about this.
What is that call?
Yeah, I think they just signaled wrong that it was, but it was down for Sioux Valley for the point. The players on the floor knew it. It was just a signaled wrong, and then they corrected it. They'll probably have to replay that then.
Referees having a conversation. And we're giving a point.
Point will be
to
Sioux
Valley.
Valley's. Yep.
So are we at 24-21 or 24-22 then? All right.
22-24.
Let me get that correct now.
Sienna will have to serve everything good here and in play.
Referee still
She hasn't been in this spot a lot this year.
Table, what's going on there? We're giving a thumbs up.
1 ace
Sienna
on the
Weiss on the
season.
serve.
70% server.
Deubrook having troubles with it. They'll attack from the right side. Johnson with a push. Garish is going to set it up backside to Abby Dagan. Handled by the back row. Haynes with a big blast. And it's off the hands of Emma Gorvin and sideways. And that'll win set number 3 for the Deubrook Dolphins that take a 2-1 lead in this match. Set number 3 was brought to us by Advantage Land Company, a great real estate and auction business in downtown Brookings. Let me find them. Expose your dirt. Call Jackson and Megan for any real estate auction needs that you guys might have. 692-25-25 here, boy.
Yeah, if this is going to be a Sioux Valley victory, we're going to play 5 sets tonight, Salzy, against your best wishes. But now we're hoping that we can get it to a 5th set. Deubrook took set 1. It was tied 12 times. They scored the last 3 points in one set 1, 25-22. Sioux Valley dominated set 2, winning it 25-17 in the end after a late Deubrook rally that I think gave them momentum into the 3rd set. The 3rd set here was tied numerous times up to 7. Then it was pretty much all Deubrook. Sioux Valley made a couple of charges, one from down 15-10 to tie it at 15, and then one here late, which just wasn't enough. And it will be Deubrook up 2 sets to 1 here at Leroy de Beer Court.
Tough finish for our Cossacks in set number 3. Now down 2-1 in the match. Set number 4 is going to be brought to us by Subway of Volga and Langland Trucking. They kind of comboed their sponsorship. So it's Langland Trucking, who's busy right now. Langland Trucking transports crops and livestock. Nothing but soybeans and corns coming out of every field around the Brookings County area. They are huge supporters of Sioux Valley Athletics and Sol's Media Broadcasts and Subway of Volga, as I told you before. They are the sponsor the rest of the way for the football season. The player of the games for our Sioux Valley football games gets a free Subway 6-inch sandwich. Eat fresh. Thank you, Subway. Thank you, Langland Trucking. Mitchell Guthmiller with his 4-touchdown performance, the football player of the game last night. A lot of fun with that. Don't forget about the coaches show every Monday night, unless there's something happening. If there's a volleyball match on a Monday, that happens once in a while. If there is basketball games through the winter that are on Mondays, that happens once in a while. Coronation got in the way a couple of weeks ago. That's obviously something that should get in the way.
That might be a busy show.
We decided to do it last Monday with a golf crew, even though there was a National Honor Society function happening at the school. So I don't know. Maybe if there is something going on.
You're going to have a busy show Monday night. You're going to have that football squad in to talk to about that victory and a little bit of a run here that they're going to go on heading into Beersford next week. But you're going to have golf results from day 1 to cover. Yeah. You're going to have the Lake Central Conference cross country boys and girls meet to cover.
Sure.
So you're going to have lots of information Monday
Should
night.
Be plenty of information, man.
To our local Cossack crazies, that's for sure. Thursday then at home, the Big East Conference cross-country meet will happen at home on Thursday. Tuesday night, volleyball, Sioux Valley and Hamlin, Lake Central Conference volleyball.
The Hamlin Chargers come to town. Basically, the 1-year anniversary of Saul's Media with the Hamlin Chargers coming to town. That's the first broadcast we ever did on a phone,
yes,
on Facebook Live. Oh, boy.
So here we go. We'll see where the coaches choose to put their lineups, where they set things. Deubrook with a chance to close out the match with a win in this 4th set.
Deubrook with the first serve, brought to us by Bell Brands, makers of the mini baby bells, the snack cheese of champions. Macy Lick that goes off the hands of the Deubrook defenders and out of bounds. So Sioux Valley will take a 1-0 lead here in set number 4. And they'll send the spark plug back to the service line, McKinley Schwab. Deubrook handling that. They'll attack from the left side. Not very well. Vincent digs that out. Schwab will set it up for Emma Gorvin, middle of the floor. Deubrook's got to dive for it. Kylie Johnson takes a swat. Vincent digs that out. Russell gets to the front row. Elise Lemmy with the pass. Deubrook will attack once again. Johnson took
blocked, but out of bounds.
Steps out of that.
Great timing. Was that Elise Lemmy that timed that out?
Yeah, that was Lemmy trying to get hands on it, but it went out of bounds. So it's going to be Kylie Johnson who just blasted that on the left side attack for Deubrook. I don't know if they're saving that or why they're keeping that in their back pocket. She should be doing that all the time. Sioux Valley now, middle of the floor. That's Emma Gorvin, too strong on her swat. And Deubrook's going to take a 2-1 lead. Now, we've seen some strong attackers from some opponents. Castlewood comes to mind.
Sioux Valley's going to bring in Miley Keating, use her across that front row maybe to block some things, change things up, just anything to gain some momentum here.
Not quite ready yet. Emma Gorvin, rest.
That also
Miley
means
Keating.
We'll see Liberty Trickstead in the back row.
We got to see We're making sure the rotation is the way we want it. Now the referees are happy with it. So Johnson on the serve for Deubrook. Lise Lemmy sends that overpass. Schwab just got hands on it.
It's going to be a lift or a
that is actually on the back of our. What does that mean? That's it's an over the net or illegal attack. One of the two.
Yeah, back row attack.
Back row attack. Okay.
There's
so Deubrook will take that point as well. We get caught up on my scoreboard here. 1-1. And that's going to force a timeout by Jill Vincent, not wanting this to get too far away. Just seems like Sioux Valley out of sorts at the moment here in set number 4. This timeout brought to us by one of our other fantastic sponsors, Back Alley Meats, a fantastic butcher shop downtown Volga. Man, whatever you need for whatever party you have. Ribs, burgers, steaks. They have chicken breasts in there. They've got brisket in there. They've got all the side things that you need as well. Oh, my God. What a place, man. Back Alley Meats. Thank you, Dan, for being a sponsor of this. We got to re-up his sponsorship, by the way. I got to have a conversation with Dan. So
Scores
coming out
taking a little time to load.
Yeah, score feed, maybe not the best. It's fantastic. We got 3 bars on the iPad, but our phones might be in some danger.
Well, yeah, great timeout by Sioux Valley. You can't let this get too far away. You're in the deciding set. If you're Deubrook here, they have a chance to put it away on their home court. Up 2-1, and now leading 4-1 here in the 4th.
Dolphins will have the serve coming out of that timeout. This is Johnson on the serve. Sioux Valley having some troubles with it. Then they get in the net. So her neck hit the net, and that's enough.
Mrs. Vincent, she's trying a little bit of anything and everything right now just to get this team fired up. She'll go with Cameron Eaker here. She's got Matt Keating in, Miley Keating.
Cam with a pass, and she got into the net. So violations starting to pile up. These unforced
the
errors.
wheels are off the wagon for this Sioux Valley team right now.
6-1 lead. This is Johnson on the serve. Lemmy, Cam Eaker will set it back up to Lemmy, left side attack, handled by Deubrook. Overpass, though, and the joust at the net won by Brinley Hansen against Miley Keating.
Yeah, Sioux Valley in a tough spot here. You only got 1 timeout to work with, but you can't let it get any further than this.
Another tough set, and it'll be 4 hits that time for Sioux Valley. Just out of sorts coming into this
struggle
set.
for Sioux Valley right now.
Vincent digs it out. Cam Eaker will set it up. That's Elise Lemmy into the net once again.
This is as bad as we've seen Sioux Valley look. They'll have to spend their final timeout. They're also going to run into a situation now where substitutions will really pile up.
The unforced errors are piling up right now, so Jill Vincent wants to talk to her squad about this. This timeout brought to us by Buster's Auto Brokers, right on the corner, right on the price, right in Mitchell. Buster, a fine sponsor of our basketball stuff. Still in a conversation with Buster about re-upping as well. So
very good. Yeah.
A tough set so far. This has been unforced error after unforced error right now.
That's a long ways back, 1-9. We haven't seen basically all year Sioux Valley down by a score like this. Maybe last Saturday a little bit at times, but
they've had their moments. Castlewood got up on us a little bit, but it just that run of unforced errors right there. This is into the net a couple times. This is hitting into the net a couple times.
So Sioux Valley right now not on the floor. No Dagan, no Gorvin, no Langland, no Schwab, no Sienna Weiss. So, and then they're going to have to spend substitutions to get them back into the game as well. Without a assistant coach here tonight.
Cam with a surprise attack. It works. It gets to the near sideline. Cam's all smiles after that. So a point coming out of that timeout. Lacey Langland back to the floor. Talia Vincent, our libero, comes off. So Langland back to the front row.
Alicia Vanderwall and Sarah Vanderwall over there for Sioux Valley's bench. No Tatum Sonnenberg.
And that attack by Deubrook was enough. It got just over the hands of the defenders at the net and bounced to the floor. So it'll be a 10-2 lead here in set number 4. Deubrook with a 2-1 lead in the match, trying to close it out. Vincent now. Cam Eaker to set it up for Lacey Langland. Tough set.
That hit the antenna.
No call on that. Johnson attacks. Vincent digs it out. Cam will set that up. Miley Keating this time off the hands of the defenders and to the floor. Keating with a nice blast.
We saw a lot of her at that Lake Preston tournament when Sioux Valley was without Emma Gorvin.
Russell comes off. Miley Keating comes off. That'll send Emma Gorvin to the service line and Sienna Weiss to the front row. Deubrook having a tough time with that.
Oh.
The back set goes to the floor.
That's not a lift call, though.
That was a question that was right in front of us right there. 10-4. Emma Gorvin on the serve. Into the net. Another unforced error. Been a tough set for those. 11-4, a lead by Deubrook, and they will send to their back service line. This is Nora Olson, the track star, cross-country star for the Dolphins. And she will go into the net. Service error by Deubrook. 11-5 now our score. It's a 6-point deficit for Sioux Valley. Michaela Garish back on the floor. She'll head back to the service line. And Abby Dagan back to the front row. Garish with a good serve. Deubrook will attack from the right side. Handled by Sioux Valley. It's Abby Dagan with a big blast. And a collision in the back row, but the ball's still alive. Four hits
touches.
is, though, the call.
Sioux Valley's making a run here. We'll see how long the Deubrook coach chooses to let this go. Sioux Valley, should they crawl all the way back into this, going to run into some substitution issues here.
Sure. That'll be four hits once again on Deubrook. So the reason that Deubrook doesn't have Johnson as their outside hitting force,
Yep,
she's their setter.
correct. Yep,
Interesting, and that's just a bad set there on the Sioux Valley side of things. Another unforced error that drops to the floor, and Deubrook will take a 12-7 lead. I missed a point by Sioux Valley there, talking about Johnson and how she's the setter. Have you not seen her attack the net?
Yeah,
Why would you not have her on the
great at
outside?
that, yeah, I know that head coach
man.
Joe Vincent was talking about her ability to kill the ball as well.
Langland with a big try there. Brought back by Deubrook. A little attack in the middle of the floor. Maybe they don't have another setter. Garish. That's Abby Dagan to the campfire, into the net. Deubrook keeps it
just
alive
brings
and
everything
over.
back
There we
tonight.
go. Garish.
There's
Langland with a
Langland.
big blast. Handled by Nora Olson in the back row. Deubrook will attack from the left side. Gorvin gets hands on that. Sienna Weiss will send it to the front. And Garish gets it over. That was going to go out. Deubrook touched it. Gorvin.
Sioux Valley needs this
Right to the
point.
middle of the floor. Sienna Weiss
There
on the
it is.
blast. Handled by Deubrook.
Oh,
Garish with a great
it's
dive,
alive.
keeping that alive. Sienna Weiss sends it over.
Crowds on both sides starting to get into this one. That's
Big
going to be
attack.
a point.
That is going to be Sioux Valley point. No touch. That goes wide of the sideline stripe.
Big point.
Big rally. Sioux Valley takes it. Now serving down 4.
Down 4, down 2-1, out of timeouts.
Talia Vincent to the service line. That gets Macy Licht back to the front row. Deubrook having problems with it. There's Johnson
There's
right
that
there.
swing that she can
Blast
do.
that she does. Their setter is their best scoring option. That's amazing.
She's a talented player.
They must not have another setter on that squad. Otherwise, why would you keep her in the middle of that floor?
Yeah, she sets all the way around for this Deubrook team. And when there's something like that, she can take advantage with a hard swing.
Garish sets up Abby Dagan. Deubrook's going to handle that. They'll attack from the left side. Garish handles that. Gorvin to Macy Licht on the left side attack. Her swat handled by the back row. Surprise. The push handled by Sioux Valley. Macy Licht gets her shot at
Not
it.
touched.
And no touch at the net, just long on the baseline.
Down 6.
A long rally won by Deubrook that time. It'll be a 6-point lead for Deubrook. Their libero, Gustad. Garish sets it up for Sienna Weiss. Wow, she had 2 steps into that.
There we go.
And it's Johnson into the net for Deubrook. Still fighting our Cossacks as always. Now serving down 5. Sienna Weiss back to the service line.
Mrs. Vincent will have to use Sienna as a server now.
Deubrook handles that, but it's going to go long.
Big point.
Goes wide of the sideline stripe. Brad DeBeer on the call.
Sienna serving 75% on the season with 1 ace.
Sioux Valley gets to double digits, down 4. Sienna Weiss on the serve.
Of course, she does have an ace tonight. And
that is an overpass. Macy Lick keeps it alive.
Here we
Garish
go.
will set it up. That's Macy Lick. Big blast off the hands and the net and to the Deubrook side. Sioux Valley cuts it to 3 points. Sienna Weiss still on serve. Now serving down 3. Big
Great
blast.
serve.
Yeah, that was a great serve. Deubrook handles that just inside that back line.
Touch. Rochelle DeBeer has the touch here. Brad
And we got a touch.
thought he had one that wasn't quite sure on it, but
It landed right inside the baseline as well, so I didn't see the touch, but man, it was good on both levels.
Little rally for Sioux Valley. See if they can keep the energy up. They need to get the side out right away again. Need this point. Down 4, midway point of this 4th set. Could be deciding set if Deubrook wins.
McKenna Eckern on the serve for Deubrook. And it's Russell that digs it out. Garish will get it to the left side.
That's
Emma
long.
Gorvin too strong on that. Past the baseline. And it'll be a 5-point deficit once again for our Sioux Valley Cossacks. Eckern on the serve. Vincent digs that out. Garish right at the front of the net. Abby Dagan with a big blast. It's a good dive by the back row. Deubrook keeps it alive. That's a free pass. Garish now. Emma Gorvin once again off the hands of Libero and off the back wall.
Be good to see her get going again. She played so well early on in this match.
She puts a big swat into that, and it scores.
Here's Cameron Eaker back to serve. 3 aces tonight.
That puts Elise Lemmy back in the front row as well. Cam Eaker with the fastball. Not handled very well by Deubrook. They attack. Russell digs it out.
That's gonna be a
Cam
lift.
tries to get it to a teammate, but it was going to be called a lift, I think, either way.
17-12 now.
Sioux Valley down 5.
We'll see how Sioux Valley chooses to navigate this as they crawl back into it with substitution issues.
Kylie Johnson on the serve. Vincent digs it out. Cam sets it up for Macy Licht on the right side. Deubrook will handle that. It's a free pass, though. Russell. Cam Eaker in the middle. That is Emma Gorvin sent back. Vincent and Lemmy tried to keep it alive, but it bounces to the scorer's table. Six-point lead for Deubrook now. That's Kylie Johnson on the serve once again. Gorvin, Vincent to the front. That's Elise Lemmy with a 10-foot attack. And a miscommunication by Deubrook. That drops in front of 2 defenders in the back row.
Here comes Langland.
Langland back to the front row. Talia Vincent will take a breather, and Macy Licht our serve. Deubrook will attack with the lefty. Haynes off the hands of either Lemmy or Langland and straight to the floor. Haynes, the long lefty that she is, connects on that. Deubrook on the serve, up 6. Cam Eaker will set it up for Emma Gorvin. She takes 2 steps into that. What a blast! When she has a little bit of momentum like that, she can put a lot of power behind those. We've talked about it a lot. Got to find ways for her to be able to attack like that. Let her use her strengths. Emma Gorvin now on the serve. Down 5 is Sioux Valley. Deubrook free pass. Sienna Weiss sends it right back over. Cam Eaker will set it up for Sienna Weiss once again. Deubrook having problems with it. This will be a free pass coming back. Cam, that's Talia Vincent. She'll set it up for Elise Lemmy. Deubrook does a great couple of dives to keep that alive. Gorvin, Cam Eaker with a surprise push. Deubrook handles that, and that's going to go off the hands of Sienna Weiss and to the bleachers. A long rally, but it's won by Deubrook. They'll take a 6-point lead now.
Yeah, Sioux Valley just unable to get there. Big hitters, the ball.
And we're going to have another substitution here. So McKinley Schwab coming in. Cam Eaker will take a breather. Schwab now in the front row. So she'll probably be the main setter out there, I would imagine.
She will be.
And that's a serve just inside the baseline. That serve ace will make it 21-14.
We're going to see Liberty Trigstead come in.
And too late. They'll send LT back to the bench. Schwab will set it up for Langland. Big blast, middle of the floor. Deubrook handles that, but a free pass coming back. Vincent. Schwab will set it up. Langland again, middle of the floor. That one's knocked to the floor by Deubrook. And it'll be 21-15. A couple of substitutions coming in. Garish back on. At least Lemmy will come off. And this is Abby Dagan to the front. McKinley Schwab will take a breather.
Garish will be our setter now.
Garish now in as a server as well. Deubrook, just a free pass coming out of that. Garish dives for it. Gorban's just got to send it over. Deubrook handling that. Not a great attack that time either. Gorban knocks it to the floor. A lift officially. So just some confusion on both sides there. Deubrook wasn't able to set that up so they could attack very well, but they put it to a spot where Sioux Valley couldn't get to it. 22-15, a lead now for Deubrook. Deubrook also had 2-1 in the match. Garish keeps that out of the net. Free pass for Deubrook. There's Johnson with a big blast. Gorban dives for it, keeps it alive. Another free pass coming to the Dolphins. Johnson will set that up. Left side attack by Deubrook. Langland's there to block it. Deubrook keeps it alive. Free pass. Vincent. That's Garish now. Front row. Lacey Langland takes 2 steps. And a free pass coming back. The overpass. Langland will push. Off the libero, off the back row. And a free pass coming once again. Garish gets it in the air and no one's there.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sioux Valley look like this all year.
Just out of sorts in this set, man. They were doing okay until this. I don't know what happened in between sets here. Sioux Valley now. Attack right in the middle. Abby Dagan, a big blast. Handled by the back row of the Dolphins. That's an overpass. Dagan is going to be called for in the net with her attack. Weesh. And that'll bring up match point for Deubrook. 24-15, a lead here in set number 4. Gorban digs that out. Garish is going to set it up left side. That's Sienna Weiss on the blast off the hand of defenders. Deubrook will send it back to the front of the net. It's Langland that got hands on there. It's going to be called 4 touches officially. So Sioux Valley will get that, make it 24-16, but it's match point number 2 for the Dolphins. Talia Vincent on the service line. Deubrook will attack from the left side, straight into the net. That was Maddie Ramlow, the sophomore. Had good eyeballs on that, but just hit it straight into the net. 24-17, match point number 3 for Deubrook. Talia Vincent on the serve. Deubrook not handling that very well. They'll attack with a free pass. Garish, that's Vincent now setting it up. That's Sienna Weiss. Back row handles that for the Dolphins. They'll attack on left side. It's Weiss and Dagan that get hands on that. Lick sends it over. Deubrook trying to stay alive. Garish gets the dig. Vincent will set it up. Macy Licht on the left side. Off the hands of defenders. Vincent keeps it alive once again. Garish, and that's going to hit the floor towards the scorer's table, and that's going to do it. A 3-1 loss up here in White on a Saturday afternoon. Just out of sorts in that last set there. I don't know if we're going to get a conversation or not, but as far as our player of the game, we can do that. Emma Gorban, a great night tonight. Just a tough 4 sets for our people.
Yeah, it was
players,
tough.
man.
That first set was amazing, back and forth with 12 ties before Deubrook took the last 3 points to win 25-2, and it kind of set them up well for the rest of the night. Sioux Valley played extremely well in that second set, dominated it, won 25-17 at the end, but Deubrook gained a little momentum at the end of that set that carried over into the third. The third set went back and forth to 7 before Deubrook got control of it. They went up by 5. Sioux Valley tied it at 15, but then it was all Deubrook to win that third set and take a 2-1 lead. And then this fourth set was trouble for Sioux Valley. It
really was.
Struggled, really out of sorts. It was we had never seen anything like that out of them this year.
It started with unforced errors, just
It
one
did.
after another to
Down,
start the set, and they got
7-1,
themselves in a hole, and then they
9-1.
couldn't get out of it.
Down 9-1, and then just could never get their grip. They tried everybody. About 10 players or so went in there, which is hard to do in volleyball because you only have so many substitutions.
Yep.
You have your 18 substitutions to work with. You can only put them in certain spots. It was a tightly called game, but that was tightly called both directions.
Yeah.
I think it'll help both teams out heading into the late part of the season and into postseason if you can have some games called that way and know that, hey, it's not just a free-for-all, or maybe it was just the opposite last Saturday.
Right,
where,
yeah.
I mean, we might touch it with this hand and then this hand and still get to toss it back over. So
Right.
you got to experience all that along the way as well, as you want to see everything that's out there before you enter postseason play.
Player of the game is going to be brought to us by Tropical Smoothie, located on 6th Street in Brookings, across from Hillcrest Aquatic Center. Delicious smoothies, craveable wraps and sandwiches, and savory sides. But the player of the game is going to get a gift certificate for a free smoothie. And our player of the game, in my eyes, Emma Garvin, with a fantastic first 3 sets. And we'll just scratch the 4th set off like the East German judge in the Olympics. She just crossed one of the worst judges out there. That was the 4th set for Sioux Valley tonight. Just not a great way to finish.
Yeah, we never did get 3rd set or 4th set stats here sent to us. I'm not sure if they're still efforting to get us those. We would have those final things for Emma Garvin. But we know at one point that she had 3 blocks and 10 kills. I'm not sure how much she added to that total here in this last set.
Yeah.
But that was Sioux Valley team and coaching staff that kind of had to reach around and find, hey, who's going to give us a spark and keep us in this. But it was a struggle bus, so to say, in that 4th and final set.
Well, with the loss, I'm not sure if we're going to get anyone to talk to us up here. That's perfectly understandable. We tend to leave them alone when they lose. Next up for Saul's Media, the Monday Night Coaches Show from CC's Bar and Grill, 7 o'clock. We'll set up if the back banquet room has internet problems once again.
Is that
with
what it was?
Everything that I
Gotcha.
had. It was easier to set up in that front window.
Yeah,
We
that
might
worked
do
well.
that again. We might do that
had
again.
A good atmosphere for you guys. I won't be there, but I'll be trying to get some results to you. We'll be coming home from
I'll be
Smet.
reaching out to the football team, also reaching out to whoever wants to come on to the show.
You'll need to go the route of the football squad because you'll have cross country out of town, golf out of town.
Yeah.
So hopefully that can be football heavy, but hopefully we can all get our results. That golf team will have finished up their opening round, and the cross country teams will have finished up Lake Central Conference play. And then Tuesday night, volleyball will be at home.
Never seems like there's shortage of results. The Cossack Crazies are pretty good with social media. They'll get that stuff out there.
And social media is just pretty good. Things like the SD Scores app, athletic.net if you want to watch our results for cross country. And then what is it called on the golf side? I sent you that link.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember now,
Region
but
Day,
it's there.
Well,
Plus,
it'll be SDPB now.
Well, yeah, and
right?
SDPB will have something there on their website. So, yeah, we'll find it one way or the other. But that's going to do it from Deubrook on a Saturday. A tough 3-1 loss. The Cossacks roll to 11-6 on their season. Next up for this volleyball squad, the Hamlet Chargers come to town with their 12-4 record.
They're really good.
They are good. It'll be a tough test, but it's at home. Kind of the anniversary of Saul's Media, as the Hamlet Chargers were the first ones a year ago. Also, the 50th birthday celebration coming up for this Jason Salzman here behind the mic. We'll talk about that this week. That's a big week, again, for Saul's Media and Sioux Valley Athletics.
Very exciting.
We'll start it up Monday night with a coaches show, roll right into the Cossack Center on Tuesday, football on Friday, senior night for the football squad. Plus, we've got track and field and golf and everything else out there, competitive cheer. It's another big week. We'll talk about it all on Monday night, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, Beresford will be in town Friday night.